Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a cool video for you guys. I want to show you guys two tanks that I've been working on. These tanks I reset about 2 weeks ago. I'm doing what we like to call the thin soil method. All it means is that I got a very thin layer of soil in these tanks. I'm doing half a liter of Amazonia, ADA Amazonia in each tank. And what the cool thing that I'm doing right now, it's more of an experiment. I'm getting my Nanashi colonies back in there in a few weeks. But one of them I reset with ADA Amazonia version 2, and the other one with ADA Amazonia Gold. And what's cool about it is there's obviously a very vast difference when it comes to pH, and there's a difference when it comes to how much ammonia is being leached. But what I want to see is, can my colonies still thrive in the higher pH? You know, I've been using ADA Gold for so long that I've always kind of been scared to use ADA version 2 by itself, to be honest. And so normally I mix them both to get low pH. But this is really cool. I like how the tanks look. They're vastly different. The ADA Gold has a lot of green walls, while the ADA version 2 has no green walls. It actually grew some brown walls. But I'm going to talk to you guys about all that. I'm going to show you guys. We're going to be calibrating my pH pen. We're going to be testing pH to show you guys the difference. We're not getting shrimp in there today, but this is more of a, if you're wanting to learn the process after resetting stuff and just wanting to learn something new, this is the video for you. So just stick along for that. Let me show you guys the tanks. All right, so these are the two tanks that I meant to show you guys. A tank on the left side is ADA Amazonia version 2. Tank on the right side is ADA Amazonia Gold version. This is the powder version. So as you guys can see, there's a big difference. There's hardly any soil in there, half a liter of soil. On the right side, we have a full green algae wall. On the left side, we don't. I actually grew some brown algae in the ADA version 2 tank, and I recently just scraped it off and did a huge water change. And so a lot of people have been asking, like, what's the secret to keeping green algae walls? I think the main factor has to be a high nutrient soil. That has to be the main thing, because although ADA version 2 does leach ammonia, it does not leach nearly as much as ADA Gold. So for example, this one right now, I think last time I checked, was leaching 5 parts per million, whereas this one's leaching 1 parts per million. Now there's still ammonia, don't get me wrong, and I still wouldn't get shrimp into any of them, although some other shrimp keepers might get the shrimp in there, just knowing that the ammonia, especially on a tank like this, is not that high. I've never personally seen anybody with Fluvostratum, Akadama, or Brightwell Aquatics have a green wall. And again, I do think it's because the soil is not very nutrient rich, and so you can't really grow this much algae. Now, if you have had success, that's awesome, and I'd like to know down below in the comments. But I have known of people to keep Akadama, even Fluval and Neo parameters, and they do grow green algae walls. So I don't know what the trick to that is, but I will tell you, as far as Caridina, just based off of my own experiments, that's what I've seen so far. But I wanted to show you guys this. I think right now what I'm going to do, I'm going to calibrate my pH pen. We're going to be testing pH. Ammonia, they're still leaching ammonia, both of the tanks, and so I'm not getting shrimp in there just yet. I simply don't have to. I maybe could, but the shrimp are doing fine. I have them in holding nets, and so what I do when I have them in holding nets, I feed the shrimp in the nets. So when I feed the shrimp in the nets, all the food just falls down, and the rest of the shrimp in the tank eat. So I've literally have no reason to move them. No reason to risk them, dying or getting ammonia burns from, for no reason whatsoever. So I'd rather be safe than sorry. Let's go check the pH on these tanks and see what a big difference ADA version 2 is from ADA version 1. All right, so we're going to be using the Hanna pH meter. I just calibrated it. And so we're going to start off by checking. This is the version 2 tank. It's at 5.8 right now. Let's see once it settles. I never made an update on this, but I should review these pH and TDS meters soon. So these are actually pretty awesome. I don't use this one a lot because I have to calibrate it every time I use it. But every few months or on tanks like these, I definitely calibrate it. So 5.9 on the version 2. I told you guys, I thought it would be closer to 2. I mean to 6. I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm thinking too. And this is the ADA version, the gold version. I expect this to be at least 5.5 or so. Of course, in a few weeks, whenever there's no ammonia and it's completely cycled, I do think that this will drop a little bit more. 5.5 right now. So 5.5 and 5.9. So, not a huge difference by any means, but I mean, this one definitely it's gonna buffer a little bit lower. And now let me show you guys just really quick. These tanks all have both of the soils mixed, ADA version 2 and ADA gold mixed together. I do 1 liter of version 2 and half a liter of gold. So let's see what the pH is like here. These are probably reset these about 2 months ago. 5.3. It'll probably stay here. So that's not bad at all. So it's looking so far like mixing them actually buffers a little bit lower. But like I said, the results are not in yet. I do think this one just being gold by itself will buffer till about 4.9, 5.0. As crazy as that sounds, that's what I normally get with my gold. This one I expect it to be around 6. So just real quick, let me change the camera around. Let's talk about what we learned, and let me explain the big differences between the both soils. And more importantly, this video should be about using the thin soil method, because I really wanted to show you guys that what I got going on, and I do think that it'll work out just fine, and I think it'll hold up at least a year. But this is, I mean, obviously we're going to document all this. I'm going to show you guys in a few videos. I've got a few videos I'm working on right now. So when I do get the shrimp in here, you guys are definitely going to see that. So let me turn the camera around and let's talk about what we learned today. All right, guys, so that's where this video is going to end. The experiment is not over yet. In a few weeks, I'll be getting some shrimp in there. And so I'm going to keep you guys updated on that. This is part 1. There will be a second part. The only reason is because I have to wait until it cycles. Then we do some testing until there's no ammonia. So I want to get this video out so we can have something to talk about. Make sure to comment down below if you've tried any of the soils I talked about. But I do want to remind you guys, sometimes, what I'm here for is to test stuff out, to give you guys information, the stuff I know. Some of you guys are very experienced. Some of you guys are just, beginners in the hobby. And so, I'm just here to put my information out. I've tested a bunch of things. ADA Gold was my go-to. As you guys know, if you guys didn't know, ADA Gold is kind of hard to get right now. And so that's why I'm testing ADA version 2, and I've been mixing it just to preserve my ADA Gold, right? But so what did we learn today? We learned that ADA Gold, your buffer's lower. It is more rich in nutrients and all that, but it doesn't mean that ADA version 2, that you can't have healthy colonies. There's a ton of awesome breeders out there that use Brightwell, Fluval Stratum. And so that's what's motivated me to want to try different things. I've always been scared of like higher pH. I had a bad experience recently with Master Soil. It worked out fine in the beginning, but after a few months, it just crashed on me. I had the pH skyrocketed. I had a ton of deaths. It wasn't a good experience. And so, that's what I'm here for. I want to test these things out, show you guys. And second part, we'll be talking a lot more about doing some testing, ammonia testing, pH testing. Any questions that you guys might have about this video, you guys just have to ask around. I'm very active. I respond to almost anything I can. Instagram, you guys can always DM me. A lot of people do, asking me for stuff, asking me questions about how to get started, or maybe they have certain problems. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you guys. And so second part will be coming up. I've got like 3 other videos I'm working on before that I even get to that. And so I'm trying to get a lot of information out there. I told you guys 2025, my goal was to make better content. Better content means I have to keep my end of the deal and push the content and make the content and make time for this. It's almost midnight right now. Everybody's asleep, but hey, I got to do this and to be able to get it out. But this is where this ends. I like this experiment of testing both soils, but also we're doing the thin soil method, right? And so it's something really unique to me because I'm the type that always wanted a little bit more soil. So it's really unique to me, and I hope that maybe this will work. If it works out, then guess what? I got to use a third of the soil that I've been using in every tank from here on. That'll save me a ton of money, and that'll save me a lot of soil, right? And so we'll be doing that. I'll see you guys soon. If you guys stuck around till now, I appreciate you guys. I see you, and I appreciate the support. I'll see you guys soon.